The United States uncovered a plot at the heart of Iranian covert operations and responded with a historic operation after learning that Iranian spies were planning a large-scale attack on strategic American bases in the Middle East. U.S. intelligence services mobilized to eliminate the threat. This operation against a train carrying spies traveling from Iran to Syria not only preserved regional security but also international stability. Intelligence mobilized U.S. forces and reported that Iran was planning a major attack on U.S. bases in Iraq and Syria, and that Iranian spies had boarded a train bound for Syria as part of this plan. According to intelligence reports, these spies intended to destroy the American presence in the region. Targets included military bases, communication centers, and logistics depots. After learning the details of the plan, the United States decided to respond without delay. The American counterattack was a demonstration of technological superiority and strategic planning. The train traveling from Iran to Syria was detected by U.S. Air Force radars. It was then decided to destroy the train with precision-guided ballistic missiles. The missiles hit their target with millimeter precision and neutralized all 7 cars of the train. This operation had far-reaching regional and international repercussions. On the one hand, the decisive U.S. intervention was supported by its allies and considered an important step to guarantee security in the region. On the other hand, Iran and some regional powers described the operation as a violation of their sovereignty and provocation. However, the United States stressed that the operation was carried out in accordance with international law and was purely defensive. After the operation, the United States and its allies increased security measures in the region. Measures were taken to strengthen intelligence sharing and coordination. The United States said the operation demonstrated that it is always ready to confront its enemies and will respond decisively to any attempt to threaten its national security. Now, let's move on to the next news. A 10-sea operation in the international waters of the Red Sea resulted in decisive and courageous action by the U.S. Navy. An Iranian Navy warship, armed with long-range missiles, was detected and destroyed by U.S. forces as it was preparing to attack the U.S. strategic base in Jordan. This operation is essential to maintain the security balance in the region. The incident began when a heavily armed warship leaving one of Iran's port cities and heading down the Red Sea toward Jordan was detected by U.S. Navy radar. The Iranian ship was carrying long-range missiles that posed a serious threat to the U.S. presence in the region. The U.S. Navy decided to respond quickly and effectively to eliminate this threat. American warships in the area, realizing the seriousness of the situation, acted immediately. At the beginning of the operation, the American command launched 4 torpedoes. 3 of these torpedoes directly hit the Iranian ship, causing serious damage. The ship began to take on water, and although the crew did everything possible to save it, the ship began to sink under the impact of the last torpedo. The sinking of the Iranian ship was recorded as an important victory in maintaining balance in the region and preventing a possible attack. This successful operation of the U.S. Navy demonstrated once again its superiority in the seas and its determination to guarantee security in the region. In the statement made by Iran, no information was given about whether there would be retaliation after the incident. In conclusion, this operation carried out by the U.S. Navy in the Red Sea was recorded as a strategic success, demonstrating a proactive approach to security threats in the region. The United States avoided a possible crisis by acting within the framework of international law. Our next report is from Iraq. At dawn, the U.S. military base in Iraq faced a threat that appeared in the sky. Kamikaze drones identified as Iranian-made were flying silently and with deadly intentions over the U.S. base. These suicide drones were capable of creating a massive explosion upon landing on the target. However, American high-tech radar systems immediately detected this threat, and air defense missiles were immediately activated. The attempted attack began in the early hours of the morning. As soon as the drones flying over the base were detected by radar, the air defense systems were activated. The base was in the sky. It was observed with great attention and concern by the soldiers on the ground. The neutralization of each UAV caused waves of relief among the soldiers at the base. These drones were designed by Iran specifically for use against U.S. and allied bases. Kamikaze drones were equipped with explosives that could cause massive destruction if they hit their targets. In this case, however, American defense technology prevented the drones from reaching and damaging the base. Our next news comes from Israel. The Israel Defense Forces discovered a huge tunnel in Khan Yunis, in the southern Gaza Strip, that the Hamas leader used as a bank to hide the organization's financial resources. The tunnel also contained documents with plans for attacks against the Israel Defense Forces. The Hamas leader used this secret underground passage to give orders and direct the organization's operations. Until the IDF carried out extensive and thorough intelligence work, this critical bunker could not be captured. The operation was launched thanks to the IDF's advanced surveillance technology and information obtained from local intelligence sources. At midnight, special forces secretly approached the tunnel entrance and carried out a meticulously planned raid to prevent a Hamas counterattack. Inside the tunnel, a large amount of cash, precious metals, and various currencies used by the Hamas leader in his financial transactions were found. Detailed documents were also seized, including attack plans against the IDF and a list of strategic targets. The tunnel has become the epicenter of Hamas leaders' operations against Israel. The documents obtained by the IDF clearly revealed Hamas plans for future attacks and their potential targets. This information has allowed Israeli security forces to take more effective measures against terrorist threats. After the tunnel was captured, the Hamas leader attempted to use the underground network to escape from Israel. However, the IDF has increased security measures around the Gaza Strip and continues its operations to close the escape route and capture the leader. Although these events have increased tensions in the region, the Israeli government continues to take decisive measures to ensure the safety of civilians and eliminate the terrorist threat. Our next report comes to us again from Gaza. The peaceful night in the Gaza Strip was interrupted by a critical operation carried out by the Israel Defense Forces. It was revealed that Israeli intelligence had tracked 4 trucks heading from Iraq to Gaza to deliver weapons, and that the convoy was camouflaged as trucks transporting humanitarian aid supplies across the Lebanese border. The trucks were allegedly intended to supply weapons to various militant groups in Gaza. However, the timely intervention of the IDF put an end to this attempt before it began. The incident was detailed in a precise operation carried out by the IDF using state-of-the-art drones. In the quiet of the night, IDF drones reached the designated coordinates. Based on intelligence information, the target trucks were precisely located. The drones identified the targets following orders from the command center that was equipped with night goggles. The success of the operation was a factor that could directly affect Israel's national security. The drones dropped precision-guided munitions on the detected trucks. Trucks loaded with weapons were destroyed by explosions that lit up the night. It was a decisive step to prevent the delivery of weapons to Gaza.